In an emergency situation, as you say, how can you phone 999? So you can use the text message service, and Leicestershire Constabulary have set up that, and we're working in partnership with them to have an SMS service available. So if something happens in emergency, you can send them a message. One of our ex-trustees used that. She was stuck. She's diabetic, and she fainted because of it. And it was in a bowling alley, and all the lights had gone off. And then she ended up being locked in the building. And she remembered about the text service, and she sent that out, and was saved. Otherwise, she'd have been stuck there all night. It could have been quite catastrophic. So that was one example, a real life story that happened quite recently. So imagine with deaf people not being able to access an emergency service like that, how to contact another person. It's been quite a crucial development in services. That's why I'd say it's a vital role.
Now, obviously, with what Craig knows about Citizens Eye and how we try and use all the various types of social media, like Facebook and Twitter and Flickr and YouTube and stuff like that. Certainly with things like Facebook groups, it's a lot easier. I mean, I'm a member of the Facebook group for Action Deafness. You can cover things like events, and there's always events going on. You get invitations and stuff, and it allows people to join and communicate in a good way. Now, from my point of view, I see social networking as something that's very positive, because what it does, it allows people to have a say. Now, you might not always like what people have to say when they set up Facebook groups or things like that, but at least it's an opportunity for people to be able to get involved in dialogue. And for me, the most important thing is it's not about being negative. It's about being positive, and it's not what you say; it's how you say it. And I mean, I interact with a lot of city councillors and with a lot our elected officials like the MPs. And I think what they've got to realise now is that not the fact that I'm going to come along and try and trip them up or say to them, I don't like this or I don't like what you've done. It's the fact that I'll say, well, look, give you the opportunity to explain why you've done what you've done, or why you voted like you voted, or why this particular policy went through, or why this bus station's there and not over there, and get people to get involved in the dialogue. I mean, do you find it another useful tool, social networking, as well as your website, as well as text messaging, for maybe members of your community to get in touch and tell you that they're happy and they're pleased, or that they're unhappy, or services are being cut, or what service is being done? It's one of those interactive things, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe that communication should be made very clear to people who want to know what's going on and the various services and organisations that are available. I think it's important to have that communication, and that's why on the website we're going through a major revamp to be able to include a blog and also a video interaction as well, to make that more interactive. And with Facebook, we promote and put our services on there, various activities, fundraising activities, and it's to be seen as in a positive light for the different services that are there, and for people who are interested to get that information. And also, so deaf and hard of hearing people can become more proactive in the way that things are happening, and they need to be seen as a positive and see the outcomes that are there, rather than trying to be pulling things down with criticisms and negative aspects. But we need to be looking at solutions for the future and the sustainability of services and interaction. And I support that. And I think that's one area where Action Deafness are looking into and wants to develop further. Different approaches where we can become more interactive. And not all people know how to approach or get that direct contact, and they do it indirectly. Some deaf and hard of hearing people think, is it the right organisation for them? Is it only for sign language users? So it's not. We can't sit back and wait people to come to us. We need to be getting out to the different people, to go to them. That's why coming here is quite important. And it's the same with our staff going out, representing Action Deafness and spreading the word. Everybody has a part to play in doing that, and for the future of services for the organisation.
Brilliant. Well, final point from me is Craig knows that what we're about to start doing is filming a weekly 2 or 3 minute community news bulletin and putting it on our YouTube site, and he's kindly agreed for us to be able to use the audio-visual facility that you've got down there to try and maybe do some of the recording there, and also to put subtitles on it as well around community news. So we're certainly looking forward to that project getting going after the busy summer that we're all having, and I'm sure Special Olympics has an impact on Action Deafness just as it does on Citizens Eye and the radio. I mean, from my point of view, I think what I always find is whenever I come into Action Deafness, I always find your front of deaf staff really friendly, and I've certainly been along to some of your events like, the Bollywood fashion show. I think I was the only man at Ladies Night coming along to the Ladies Fashion Night. I think I flashed my press badge and managed to get in, and that was quite interesting, and did some filming there. And obviously, things like the fashion show that you did at the Leicester Tigers. Now, can I just ask you to finish off with, I noticed that you've got something is it an event taking place at the end of the year? Is that with the Leicester Tigers, that you've got something going on with them? Maybe you could tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, of course. Just to appeal to individuals who want to take part in to get tickets to a Tigers match before Christmas, and there'll be an event around Action Deafness at half-time, but I'm hoping to have some demonstrations and some sign language tasters, and maybe have the England Deaf rugby players present to support Action Deafness, and do some different demos on the pitch, obviously with the new stadium as well, which will be very interesting, and also have the tickets at a reduction price, and a portion of that will go towards Action Deafness, so you can buy those tickets with knowing that part of it will be contributed to Action Deafness, so it will be very supportive. But it's been a pleasure to come and have this discussion today. It's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope Action Deafness and Citizen Eye can continue working together for a long time to come. And it's been worked really well over the past. But